What's happening, friends? This is Podcast Unlocked, episode 398. In the wake of E3, it's June 18th, 2019. Ryan McCaffrey, Miranda Sanchez, Brandon Tyrell making his heroic return after a month in E3 scheduling purgatory.
Hello, it's nice to be back in the land of the living.
And thankfully, here to run video for the love of God. Thank you, Destin Legary.
Bam! Hey, everybody.
Good to see all you guys.
We forgot to do the BAMs while Destin was gone.
It's all right.
We got Kumail Nanjiani. I think that's better than the BAM. No offense.
That's true.
He was a very nice gentleman.
He was great. I still don't know how that happened. Somebody just told me, hey, Kumail's going to be on Unlocked with you at E3. Like, cool. That's great. I don't know how we did that, but sure.
Yeah, he's going to be in a movie, Stuber, which actually I wanted to see anyway. I
watched-
want to see it more.
I watched the Red Band trailer. It looks really good.
So
Yeah.
he's in that. He's voicing that cool little alien in Men in Black International.
Which maybe skip.
And he's
Silicon Valley.
got Silicon Valley coming.
Yeah.
The final season is coming up. Yeah.
Wow.
So dude's red hot. Plus, obviously,
Kumail Nanjiani.
Big Sick.
So hot right now.
Yeah. It's way too big for IGN. I'm not sure why he came on our show, but I'll take it.
No,
Super
we're
chill guy.
good. We're good enough. It was kind of nice it was very nice of him that he had flown in from New York from the Men in Black event that they had.
Yeah.
We actually covered that.
Which is crazy because we had people flying to New York.
Yeah, so we had people there. It's like, oh, hey, come to our other people to talk about video games now.
Well,
So
he
it was
also
great.
had a month early premiere of his movie, Stuber.
Yeah.
That's why he came to
Yes.
LA also.
Yeah.
So
It was
Yeah,
free,
so
too.
All worked
if
out.
you have not seen or listened to that episode, it is up. The video was on YouTube. I tweeted it out last week. Everything's frantic with E3, so it only just went to the audio feed of Unlocked yesterday, Monday. So if you haven't caught up with that, it's short. Unfortunately, I apologize. It sort of is what it is. We're on a live schedule, so it was
it's tough
30
to do.
minutes with a commercial break. So it was really only like a probably 26-minute show, but we kind of hit the headliner topics. So this week, I thought it would be good for us to get to the rest of Microsoft's Xbox E3 press conference, because there was a lot in that 90 minutes. The general sentiment seemed to be, most people seemed to be disappointed. Not that it was terrible, but I think most people were hoping for more of a big next-gen push from Microsoft.
Or at least a
It was
first-party
me.
push.
Yeah.
I wanted more next gen.
it was all of us. And it was hard for them to live up after their last conference, which was excellent.
Yeah, they did a great job last year with the five new studios and a lot of big games. The Halo Infinite reveal,
Yeah.
Gears 5 reveal.
This year it felt like a reminder episode.
Right. It's like the in between. Like I think it was still great. They still shot a lot of really neat stuff.
I'd
but
say
it was.
good.
I think for me it was great because I got to see Spiritfarer, and now I know that game exists. I'm very excited for it.
I'm probably going to catch some hate for this. I don't mean this in a just slanderous way, but I actually thought E3 in general and really almost all of the press conferences were fine at best.
That's what everybody thought.
I thought a few of them. Well, this is a hobby. It's an enthusiast hobby. I'm not trying to knock the work of these people that work super hard to put these crazy events. I know. Like I have a little window into what goes into making these press conferences, and it's months and months of crazy work. So I don't want to just like spit on that and say it was weak. But I thought everybody kind of just this whole year felt like a weird, just everybody like staring at their watches. Like, is it 2020?
That's what it
yet?
is. Yeah, I think it's a transition year, right? Like, this is
sure.
a year before we get the last big games for this console generation, and the next console generation kicks off in earnest, and then you'll get those cross-generational games. The Last of Us 2, I'm sure, is coming out on PS4, but it also come out on PS5, and Halo Infinite will likely be the same. So, yeah, it felt like this is a very much hurry up and wait year.
Yeah.
Weird's
Good way to put it.
a really good way of putting it. Even the show floor, I tweeted something like, E3 just feels empty.
Yeah.
And I mean that.
Yeah, you slacked me that,
Yeah.
and I was like, what do you mean?
I mean that literally. Like there were fewer people on the show floor. They said only 3,000 fewer people attended E3 this year. But
It
if you were
felt like-
there,
yeah.
it
Yeah.
felt like a ghost town.
Yeah.
Except if you were by the
Comparatively
Nintendo
year
booth.
over year. Pardon?
Unless you were by the Nintendo booth, and that's its own.
Yeah.
Well, one whole hall was like Nintendo and GameSpot had a booth over there, and that was like it.
That's the hall I spent the most time in.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that's the West Hall. I guess I guess for the first time in the 16 E3s I've gone to, I didn't even set foot in the West Hall this year.
Wow.
No Sony, no Microsoft.
Sorry.
Microsoft's off site. I unfortunately wasn't able to get in. Yeah, thanks, Brandon. To get into Nintendo this year. So yeah, I
tried. Okay, I tried.
I was barely in South Hall. I saw Avengers over there, which was another game that was kind of maybe not disappointing, but just like I wanted to like it more and didn't.
Oh, I could go on a rant about it.
I thought that was one of the bigger surprises of E3 was that
it was bad.
The Marvel's Avengers game that has been in development for 3 years
since Rise of the Tomb Raider. So yeah, 24 years, I guess. 3.5.
What a lukewarm presentation! What a lukewarm.
Their character models are really, really rough.
I think that was just a common theme throughout a lot of these things, is that the reveals for a lot of these really major games just didn't feel satisfactory.
Yeah.
I think maybe the best reveal was like the Breath of the Wild sequel.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was the best, let's show something. And then the Halo Infinite trailer was really good as well.
Halo was great. That was, yeah.
I think those were kind of the standouts as far
Avengers,
as Avengers.
I agree with it looked like Batman Arkham Combat just 4 different ways. And I think
you get to actually see it, right?
I saw the actual game running on PS4.
I snuck into one.
Presumably PS4 Pro, but it was. I got the sense. So at the they basically showed the playable version of what the announce thing was at the Square Enix conference, and then at the end there was this quick like sizzle of stuff from later in the game. Like they just flashed to quick cuts of a bunch of different environments, and like that looked interesting. I think what history may end up showing with Avengers, at least this is my optimistic take on it, is that in hindsight they showed. I'm guessing that what they showed was the beginning of the game, like a tutorial, and that's
that's absolutely what it is.
And
it was.
And nobody wants to play that.
Probably because it's the most done, like the most thing that they could show that would sort of show. I'm sure they had their reasons, but I think in hindsight that was probably not a good way to unveil that game, for that to be the first thing that people saw.
For me, it feels like early 2000 movie tie-in video game. That's what it felt like watching it. The frame rate was sub 30.
Well, come on, it's not. It's
early, and that's
like
why they
9 months.
didn't show it. That's why they didn't show it. But even the combat looks like a poor man's God of War, and I don't know why.
I agree with that.
Yeah, like
that's what I was hearing.
Everything looks like a watered-down version of what was an excellent game. Like Anthem's flying. You have a flying section with Iron Man. Anthem's not a good example.
It has its issues, but it's flying was great.
It is a good example. Anthem's flying is fantastic, and it's probably the best part of that game.
Yeah. So there's a scene where like Iron Man flies around, but you're just on rails. You're like on rails flying as Iron Man,
which is insane to me because I think there was an Iron Man game on the PS2, right?
There was
that had free flying, and I remember it being fine. Like it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Anthem.
Yeah,
as well.
So that could have been a section. The Thor sections look like a poor man's Kratos, right? Best way to describe it. You can throw your hammer comes back. It looks like they're trying to emulate that feeling of Kratos, and he's like delivering cheesy one-liners the whole time.
Yeah, I thought the dialogue was bad, and in what they showed, and also here's another. People may not agree with me on this at all, but when they made a thing of like the voice actors for the Avengers are all the literal same voice actors that are in every game. Like, yes, they're talented. Nolan North and Troy Baker and Laura Bailey and
Travis Willingham.
Yeah, and it's just like they're in every. Is there no one else in Hollywood that can? Are there no other talented voice actors? Like, and so yeah, I was just hearing, just like, because none of them they were just playing themselves. It's Nolan North. Here's Nathan Drake.
I'm interested
in an Iron Man suit.
Troy Baker is going to be the Hulk, so I'm curious to see kind of what he puts on that.
And I know they're talented, and they're extremely. But it's just like I didn't see. It just seemed like they were just being them, and I was like, really? Like, come on, they're. The roster of good voice actors is longer than 5 names long in this industry.
Well, Thor wasn't being himself; he was being this weird, campy version of Thor. We got the excellent Chris Hemsworth, right?
Yes.
Yeah, who played Thor in the movies, and he just nailed like that tone.
Oh yeah.
And then to get this version of it, it's weird to see the direction.
That's
he
such a
went with
hard
the
thing
character.
too that I've heard everyone talk about is to your point about how jarring it is to come off like Avengers Endgame and everything, and then see this. And like these characters are written a little differently. Obviously, they're presented differently.
Sure.
They don't look like the actors we know, which is fine. But people have those different expectations.
You know what I'm excited about?
What?
The game that's coming to the Switch, the Ultimate.
The
Witch Avengers.
Marvel
Alliance.
Alliance 3.
Yeah, that looks good. That is a unique take. And I wish they would have sort of leaned into that. Like, here is our version of the Avengers, and maybe that's what they're doing. But the character models look good on the Switch. They look kind of like the comic book characters. This is like some weird middle ground in between what the Avengers were and whatever take they're trying to do.
Right.
And they don't really go either way. So there's this weird uncanny valley reality that we're getting. And they refuse to change the character models. I'm sorry, but Black Widow looks the worst.
She looks. You know what's funny? She looks
like a cube.
She looks like Colby Smulders from the Avengers, and also How I Met Your Mother. But it's funny that she looks like an actress who played a bit part in the series that these characters are based off of.
Yeah, and I'm like, why didn't you model her after the voice actress if you're gonna go this route? Yeah. It's really a weird case study in why they decided to design the game this way to me, and I'm surprised more people seem to be reacting positively to this. So I'm happy to hear that.
Really, I felt like the overall
crazy.
sentiment was pretty lukewarm. Like I was not the only one in the. I think everybody was kind of, at least in our circle, in the IGN.
Well, it wasn't just IGN. I mean, I was
on the internet too.
I was seeing a lot of headlines like Marvel's Avengers is out, and it's weird.
I posted a tweet. I cut everything out of the trailer that I thought might be gameplay, and I said, "Here's 22 seconds of what may or may not be gameplay." And for some reason, it blew up. Like
people want to know what that game is. Like we don't know. We just got like a cinematic. That's
I was super disappointed in that reveal also.
And
right?
yeah, it didn't because to your point, like, again, it looked like gameplay, but we're not sure.
Yeah,
and so
it was. Turned out it was.
Yeah, so I think people were just looking for that clarity and like making sure like a gut check kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
the responses to that were positive. A lot of people were like, the gameplay looks decent. Now, if they get that frame rate locked on 30. Okay, you might have something there. And Captain America looked the best out of them all. He had that Batman Arkham Asylum style combat. It actually looked decent. He throws his shield at Ping Pang off of
Bang?
Ping Pang Bam. I don't know. Zip.
Boom. Gosh.
Zip. Pow. Like it hits all the characters and bounces back to him. And I liked him and I liked the Hulk. Okay. Everybody else was sort of like Black Widow. She's a poor man's Tomb Raider.
I just want to see. Yeah. I want to see what this game looks like outside of what I interpret to be a tutorial mission.
Yeah.
Before all the big stuff goes down and then the game starts proper. Because I just thought that was. I mean, I know when you buy the game, that's going to be the first thing you see. So it is fair to judge it in that context. But I think for trying to get people excited about this game, this has been one of the biggest open secrets in the industry for years.
Yeah, for years.
Years.
Well, that's what happens when you release a teaser trailer 2 years before you reveal the game, right? Everyone's like, oh, it's in the back of people's minds.
Right. Yeah, they announced it.
And I think that works to build hype and expectations, and if it delivers, that's great. But if it doesn't deliver, like we saw with Marvel's Avengers, was that a great move?
Right, it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's
it has the propensity to go both ways.
I can get over the character models if the story is excellent. That one scene that they showed with the two talking to each other, and I know they've been in like everything, but there is actually an emotional moment there between Bruce Banner and Tony Stark. And if they're able to nail it in the voice acting respect, I can forgive most things if they tell a compelling Avengers story.
Yeah.
So that's one, ray of hope that I have for the game. I want it to be good.
Oh, sorry, I'm just shaking my head.
I love comic book games.
I don't care about the Avengers at all.
Yeah.
I go see it. They're popcorn flicks. I like Chris Hemsworth. He's a great actor. He's also very attractive.
Is he your favorite of the Chris's?
Yeah. Everyone has a favorite.
Yeah.
And so like it's like this had to hit it out of the park for me to be interesting because I don't care about the Avengers as a property. Like it's a popcorn flick. See it once, I'm good.
I mean,
and so it not being a killer thing, and which is a little bit of a letdown because I really like Crystal Dynamics. Is just a little. All right.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens later.
I do appreciate that they made it explicitly clear that there is a full single player campaign, and then there's the seemingly Destiny style like ongoing 4-player adventures that you could do. So
you can't play the campaign in multiplayer.
Right.
The campaign is campaign is single
You're
player.
a little rusty. You haven't been on in a while.
Yeah, what does this thing do?
That's good
But yeah,
though.
so I like that. So yeah, it's it's you never get a second chance to make a first impression,
Right.
but it's not the be all end all of the game in any way, shape, or form. So all right, let's actually do what we came here to do, which is talk about the Xbox conference specifically,
There's so
rather
much.
than the end of the Square Enix conference.
That was a long.
But yeah, so let's start. I went back to my notes that I took as the conference was happening. So these are mostly just in order of how things happened.
Sweet.
I skipped over certain parts like the ID at Xbox, like sizzle reel. But first up, Bleeding Edge.
Outer Worlds.
Well, that's third
That was
party.
first.
Yeah, it's third party.
Oh,
I'm
really excited
I'm
about
trying to
that.
focus
All right,
more
all right,
on
all right.
generally first party stuff.
Bleeding
But-
Edge.
Well, but okay. Well, then let's talk real quick about Outer Worlds.
I'm
Outer
really excited
Worlds.
about it. I didn't get to play it, Brandon.
I didn't
no-
either.
nobody-
Brandon.
No one got
Nobody
to play it. Destin.
So I ran into the guys that run PR, and they said they stopped doing demos for the day. I missed that, and I missed Call of Duty, so I can't talk about those two. But did any of you guys get to see it? I really want to hear your thoughts.
So
I had you on Outer Worlds, and we had to pull you so you could play Borderlands for 2 hours.
Aw.
Good. Well, Borderlands is great.
So I had the E3 judges week demo of Outer Worlds, but I'm not sure what I'm
It was the exact
allowed.
same thing.
It was
Yeah.
just okay. So all right, well, except they played right on the just somebody. It was just a guided demo.
I don't know if the demo was a live demo or pre-recorded. Maybe
I wasn't in it.
You weren't in there, okay.
But you
no
could-
one
No.
was in there.
Yeah, it wasn't playable by us at the
Correct.
show. Right?
No
Yeah,
one
so
went hands-on with Outer Worlds.
What I saw was so good, and I mean,
Oh, wow.
so good.
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
And again, this is going to get taken the wrong way, but the easiest Twitter friendly way to say this is it's Fallout without the bullshit. It's
And a sense
How's
of
that going to
humor.
be taken the wrong way? That's what everybody wants.
I know, but I'm not trying to. I mean, Fallout 76 is like the whipping boy right now, and I'm
okay.
not trying to direct this.
Got it.
I'm not trying to. I guess how I'm trying to phrase it is, Fallout has gotten more.
It's just off course right now.
It's gotten a lot more actiony, which is fine. It's not the direction that Bethesda's been taking it, but Outer Worlds is very much leans back the other way towards role playing.
Yeah,
Yes, it's a
cool.
first person game. Yes, there are guns, but you roll a character. There are a ton of the character creation and skill point allocation screen. I mean, you can invest heavily in conversation skill and talk your way out of stuff, which I love that sort of the non-combat approach to things.
And it's not just the traditional role-playing trifecta of intimidate them, seduce them, or beguile them. There's like a fourth option now, the idiot option, where you just play a
Yes.
naive,
Yeah.
like Han Solo without the charm kind of thing.
And to piggyback off that, the writing seems really good
It's
from
dark
what I've
humor,
seen.
yeah.
Very dark humor. It's got a lot of color to it because the comparisons are obvious between this and Fallout New Vegas, which Obsidian also made. I mean, it is I think it basically the spiritual sequel to that. That's people may disagree, and maybe when it actually comes out, it won't be that at all. But that's my first impression of it, is that it is very much a spiritual successor to it. And so, yeah, a lot of color, great writing, a lot of RPG depth to it. So I was super excited about what I saw of that game.
I'm so glad that you're saying all these things because I don't know. I'm not super excited for a lot of the games coming out this year. It's like a shorter list for me. And so having anything else added to it is just a joy.
Oh god, yeah, and that game coming out this year is just
Yeah.
like wow. Okay,
It was revealed. It was revealed in December,
yeah, Game
which
Awards.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's out October 25th, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice.
So
I looked it up 'cause
so a 10-month reveal to release cycle. That's crazy.
It's out. That's the same day or day. Yeah, I think it's the same day as Call of Duty. So that's two huge
Totally very
releases.
different.
I mean, they're completely different games. So it's not like they're really competing with one another. But
October and September are packed.
all of a sudden, too.
Yeah.
I like that yours is coming out a little bit earlier as well.
We're gonna get to that in a second here.
Yeah.
But
super excited, Ryan. I'm really
Yeah.
happy to hear that you really, really
yeah,
liked it.
I was very. I've seriously considered it for my game of the show vote.
Yeah, I was up there as far as nominees as well.
Yeah, I for me, my vote came down to Doom Eternal, which will. I think. Well, I don't actually have that here because it wasn't in the Microsoft showcase. But that's if you like Doom 2016, this is Doom 2016.
I played that one too.
on like HGH, steroids, amphetamines, speed, cocaine,
Beautiful.
and pretty much anything else that makes you go harder
IGN.com.
and faster. Viagra.
Yeah.
I think the only time I'm down for all that combination.
What a
of death.
cocktail.
Just a cocktail.
Yeah.
It's
for Doom.
so good. Oh my god, that game
fantastic.
is.
Oh
I
my
played
goodness.
it. That was the one. I had so much fun with it, and I love Doom 2016. I actually went back and played the Doom Eternal demo again. I rolled it again. I pulled a favor and played it again. It was so good. But that's November.
Takes platforming and gunplay, mixes them together in an interesting way where you're rewarded for doing more stylish things, and you got to figure out like this sort of combo system they've built with their weaponry. It's a fantastic melding of all these concepts of video games into a fantastic shooter.
The way that the id guys phrased it was before I started the demo was you come to these sections, and it's just like wave after wave of enemy, and they've called them basically combat puzzles. To your exact point, Destin, you have to figure out like, okay, who am I going after? How am I attacking them? Because now it's, if you just shoot them, and then glory kill, you'll get health. If you have like a flamethrower now just attached to you on your shoulder that you burn them, I think that's when you get armor. And then if you chainsaw, I think you get both. And
you get ammo.
Ammo, thank you. Yeah, it's just like, it's so smart. It's so much fun. That game's
Excellent.
tremendous. Oh, I loved it. And then what were we talking about besides
Bleeding Edge?
Oh, yeah.
We went to the Outer
Yeah.
Wilds.
Yeah.
Backing it up again.
Outer World.
My
Outer
game.
World.
I made that.
Outer
If
World.
you
I
guys
made that
want to talk
mistake
about
too.
Outer Wilds.
I
Man.
I wrote the preview for Outer Worlds. I had to control F Outer Wilds for a solid half hour.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Outer Wilds is so
And-
good. Play it.
Yeah, it might turn
what I
out that both of those games are tremendously
Seriously.
good.
Yeah, it is my front. Outer Wilds, to clarify, not Worlds, Wilds is my front row for game of the year right now.
Wow.
Wow.
Love
okay.
it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's next on my list. I'm doing Void Bastards right now, which is
Cool.
fantastic. It's FTL, but a first-person shooter.
nice.
And then Outer Wilds is next.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's a very special game. It's probably one of my favorite endings as far as video games.
Love it.
Wow.
I know.
One of them, at least.
It's installed. I have to go home and start it.
Game
Anyway.
Pass, man.
Just throwing that
So
out there.
good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. My game of the show vote was between Doom Eternal and Cyberpunk, and I ended up going with Cyberpunk because it was just another tremendous demo. That game is.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Did you all enjoy your demos?
Yes, I did. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brandon.
I didn't
It
get
was
to see
great.
it.
Uh,
I didn't
I
get to
took
see
so
it.
many notes.
It was again. I said this last year when I tweeted it out last year after I saw last year's demo. A lot of people freaked out because the public hadn't seen gameplay yet. And they were
Right.
really put off when I said
Right.
this. But then it made sense once they released the footage later. And now seeing another demo and seeing it a year later, it is a next-gen Deus Ex, but I'm not really talking about the recent Deus Ex games, but I'm talking the original Warren Spector Deus Ex. And there is a difference, like, because the original is, to me, a top 10, maybe top 5 game of all time. It is that good. It is a Hall of Fame masterpiece of a game that just seamlessly blends genres. That's a truly emergent game, the original Deus Ex. It's so good. And this feels like the I guess, I don't know, what's it going to be, 15 years later? That was almost 20 years later version of that.
I love that it's coming out in 2020 because the pen and paper game was Cyberpunk 2020.
There's also a new
Yeah.
version of that coming out too.
Yeah, I heard.
Wow.
Cyberpunk.
And-
Bridging the
I
story.
I can't believe. I mean, we talked about this a lot on the last show we had.
Yeah, we covered this
Kumail,
already
but-
with Cyberpunk, so.
I don't know, the forward compatibility, everyone's saying, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll play on Xbox. But paper on PC, but I'll play on Xbox. I'm just super excited for it.
4 generations of games.
I mean, the thing though is not to make this a platform war, but because I don't intend it that way. But Microsoft has made it clear already that okay, play Cyberpunk in April on Xbox One or Xbox One X, and then you're just going to be able to pick up and go on Scarlet. Sony has, I'm sure they're going to be fine there, but they have yet to really clarify, hey, if you play something in the spring of 2020 on PS4 and then it's compatible on PS5, your stuff better work.
That's a good point, because that effectively removes the cross-generational double dip that a lot of first-party and publishers really bank on.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was worried about too, because we got so many announcements for spring. And at first I was like, are they going to release in the spring? Was I right? I was not right. It's going to be in holiday 2020.
Hey, PS5 could still come out in spring 2020. They haven't said anything.
That's true.
Could happen.
PSX in December.
Could happen.
And it's available right now.
Oh, my. Yeah. Nobody's pulling a Saturn ever again.
Everyone look under your chairs.
But having that reassurance that we will get to take our saves with us is very
It'll be fine. Yeah. Okay,
but back to Bleeding Edge.
Yeah, we covered.
You mean to start with Bleeding Edge? It's the first topic
first
on
thing
the list.
on the list here after 25 minutes of discussion.
We got to hustle.
Yeah.
We got a thing at 11.
We could do a part 2 of the show, I think. We have so much to talk about.
We'll be fine.
11:15.
Bleeding Edge. Destin, did you play?
I did not.
Okay, so just you and I played, Miranda. What did you think of it?
Well,
for people who don't know, Bleeding Edge is Ninja Theory's next team-based melee multiplayer game.
Yeah,
so super stylistic.
It's 4v4. The character designs are really neat. The character kits are also really neat. I had a lot of fun with it. We got to play against Sean Finnegan. Shout out to the show.
Who I thought would just destroy us because he's such a good competitive player, but who was number one on the on the kill list?
Was it Ryan
this
McCaffrey?
Guy,
yeah,
there it is.
Whose team won? Our team.
Yeah, we won. It was cool.
It's a close game.
Yeah, so it was us two, a random person, and then one of the team members who was kind of like being our coach. He played our support character, gave us a lot of heals, said, "Hey, be sure and target this person."
Sean.
No, it was not Sean. It was a different person.
And Finnegan's team had a developer coach as well, so it was even.
Yeah.
The scales were even.
And what I liked about it is that you can really feel the rock paper scissors of the combat. So I played kind of an assassin character. You played more of a
heavy. I took a heavy
character.
Like a bruiser.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they do so much damage.
Yeah.
I felt like my job was to go hunt the supports. Like that's all I can do. But if like a heavy finds me, I'm just finished. So
I bet like your MOBA background helped out.
It actually did because there were some elements of it that made a lot of sense, and like I had a lot of close escapes of getting out. It's like if you can learn how to quickly use your kit, then you can better navigate the battlefield, which is kind of what it was. So this wasn't a kill-based match we played. We just played. It's pretty much capture the points and then just moved periodically.
Yeah, ABC fixed control points.
Yeah.
And just go, first team to 500 total points.
Yes.
Worth of capture time wins.
Yeah, and so one of my character was able to put down like these turrets and stuff, so I could like really control an area. And also had like Octane's from Apex Legends little jump pad, so I could just throw down a jump pad and like run off. So that was really cool, and I really enjoyed getting to use a character that was technically marked as like a higher skill character, because I just wanted to see what that felt like as far as like how far can you push these kits, because I think when you bring these multiplayer games forward, like you want something that's different, right? And how different can you get with like these 4v4 or 5v5 kind of things?
The archetypes are kind of set already.
Yeah, and it really comes down to the kits, and it felt like that was really good. One of the things I really liked is that if you're a support, you can self-cast things. So there are certain things like a shield, and you just double tap the button command and it'll cast it on yourself. So I think that's always really helpful whenever you can like make a support feel viable beyond just helping their team and holding a weapon. Like they can do things for themselves as well. So
yeah,
there's a lot of really neat things.
I'll be honest. I was very not hyped going into the demo because I was just like, great, another 4v4 multiplayer action game. Okay, well, sat down and gave it a try. And the fact that it is very melee focused won me over.
So you say that, but it's also weird because I played a character with a gun.
But you like the only character. Like
yeah. I think there was maybe one more.
Yeah, maybe one on there. But it's pretty balanced.
Yeah, it's mostly melee.
Yeah, it is a melee first kind of experience, and that sort of lent an intimacy to the combat where it's not just like picking people off from the other side of the map.
Yeah.
And that really plus the character designs plus the just uniqueness of the classes I really had a good time with it. I really did. It totally won me over. So yeah,
that's good to know. I was disappointed when I saw Ninja Theory's next game would be this. Obviously, they're working on something else,
which they said on stage. Hey, we're doing other things too.
More in line with what I mean. Now I associate, Hellblade alongside Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. Like those type of games are what I look at.
Yeah,
Ninja
it'll be
Theory
a
for.
single player. Yeah.
But I'm glad to hear that you guys enjoyed it.
Release date for this?
The technical alpha is at the end of August, I believe, if memory serves. So don't know how you'll be able to get into that, or if that's free for everyone. If it's limited in any way, but that will be your opportunity to get hands-on with it.
This was a game that I felt like needed to come out in the summer or something.
Yeah.
It's like any sort of downtime, just because I feel like fall we're pretty set on like a lot of the bigger games, and this feels like a fun summer party game with my friends.
Might come out next summer.
Yeah, it could. Like if
know.
it's full release, if they're doing alpha now, beta in like spring.
Yeah, you never know.
Summer. I think that would be a really good cadence for them.
All right, so one of the next games that hit the stage very briefly was just a new trailer, Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
How much more needs to be said about this game?
No, you're right. We could stop there, and you can picture. I mean, it was another stunning, beautiful.
They showed
trailer.
like all the bosses.
All the bosses, that was cool.
It's it's probably the closest thing Microsoft has to an absolute sure thing in their first party portfolio.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would
Outside Gears, you think?
I mean, Gears looks tremendous too. We're going to get to that in a second, but yeah, because Ori's been shown for a while.
Yeah.
And we know how the first one was. The first one's so good that I would be sitting here today. I would be shocked if the overall Metacritic on Will of the Wisps is less than an 80.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's got I think just the odds of it being great are so high. You don't know till it comes out, but
you take Blind Forest. What do you add to that? Not just more of the same. Just give us more.
Well, as we saw behind closed doors, you and I saw behind closed doors last year when we played it.
There's new mechanics. There's the digging mechanic.
Right. Yeah. You can switch a lot of skills and things you can do on the fly.
Right.
So you can
I like
tailor.
how they're adjusting Ori for this entry, and I'm just ready to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, February 11th, 2020.
Your prediction is wrong.
Very wrong. Could not have been more wrong.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay
Yeah,
with the
of
release
course.
date, but what a weird time to release in, considering February is now sort of a premiere month. It's like the kickoff of the spring release window.
What else is
good?
in February?
As of now,
Supposedly The Last of Us 2.
Oh,
as of now, there are no other major games for February. There will be, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But we don't know of any for now. We got April 16th for Cyberpunk. We know Gears, which we're going to talk about coming up, is
Avengers is
this
what,
fall.
March? When was Avengers?
Yeah, so a lot of the bigger bigger as I mean like more multi-platform, very large games are coming out in March, April, May.
Yeah.
So getting out in February is actually kind of a good spot for now.
Interesting.
As far as we know.
Yeah. I think we're going to have another Red Dead Online or Red Dead Redemption 2 situation where just nobody wants the month that Cyberpunk is coming out in.
Nor should they.
April is going
stay
to
away from it.
April, the back half of April is going to be a graveyard.
If people are smart.
If they're smart, yeah.
I'm sure there'll be an anime game out then. It usually happens.
Well, there's counter programming, right? There's something to be said for that.
How do you counter program against Cyberpunk?
A dating sim?
I'll be their boyfriend dungeon. Give
I'm
it to
looking at
them.
you,
That's
Randall,
great.
you can date in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Well,
do it all.
okay, then it cannot be counter
You could date
programming.
Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh, he lives inside your head.
That's true. I mean, he's
You're
always
still
you're
date him.
dating
He's
him all
always-
the time.
He's always with you. Yeah.
It's even closer relationship.
Speaking of, we got to interview him at E3.
Tom did.
When you were
cool.
when you were talking about Kumail, it was a good
Kumail,
E3
yeah.
for celebrities with IGN. We got Kumail, we got Felicia Day, we got Keanu Reeves, we got John Bernthal and his adorable dog.
Oh man, yeah, he's that puppy. That was
Stole the show.
Stole the show.
Yeah,
Ghost Recon's really fun.
I didn't get to play it. I'm so glad you guys.
we're all over the place, but I love it. I like this.
That's the
I
hard
did.
thing. Is like E3 would come back with. It's like our hands are full because we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
It's like, guys,
Yeah.
I saw this thing and I'm doing this, and I still have to talk about this because we haven't even gotten a chance. And whew,
Yeah. It was really
so
fun.
great.
It was really fun. They took me through the demo. I hadn't played Ghost Recon
Wildlands?
so it was pretty new for me.
Yeah.
They do a few things with the control scheme that I don't know. I was just like, well, how do you do this? Oh, okay. You have this sort of layout.
Yeah.
Anyway, once I figured it out, like we were rolling into camps and just annihilating everybody.
Yeah,
and it was cool.
It's a game where I would say my hype level for it isn't super high, but I know when I sit down with it, I'm almost certainly going to have a really good time.
That's how I felt about Watch Dogs. It's like Watch Dogs 3 specifically. Legion, yes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed 1. I didn't ever play 2. I thought I got enough of that experience, but I saw 3, and the grandma sold me. Like so many others.
Helen.
That was really good.
Simon Cardy wrote an amazing anecdotal preview on the site right now. You can go read it about his grandma, whose name was Annette, and Annette is just a domestic terrorist. But she's like 76, and the entire time she was just getting smashed at pubs and then going and just causing wanton destruction. It was so
in Watch Dogs or in real life?
In Watch Dogs. It was so perfect. It was so perfect. I am low key very excited for that game. I don't need to see any more. I'll pick it up and play it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Ghost.
I tapped out pretty quick from Watch Dogs 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Me too.
But this one, I like that they're going in a different direction with it. Yeah. I appreciate that.
I love the permadeath. I like how everybody has a unique stat trait.
It's almost like a roguelike in that degree where you find the grandma that you love that you're rolling with, and then she dies.
Just don't lose her.
And you're like, oh my God, now I have to use this dumb person named Todd or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be the I think a big challenge for that game is can they make you care enough about those NPCs that you will get attached to them and you will actually care if one of them suffers permanently.
I mean, that just reminds me of State of Decay, right?
I don't.
Like you find these people, you want to survive with them.
That's a great
you
analogy.
Get attached to somebody.
I don't know if they will. I'm curious.
We'll see.
I imagine, we'll see. I think the systems aren't in place to make you really care. I think the first 2 or 3 will be you'll make this emergent relationship with these characters, and then once they die, you're just like, whatever, I'm just going to use mechanically the next best person I have.
Or I got to go to the market or the world and find another grandmother.
Sure.
And she'll have the same sort of archetype.
Right.
Yeah.
And
she'll be Helen too.
It's like getting a new dog. After
you've grieved and it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Goldfish is just slightly paler than the last one.
I gotta veer the bus back on course here. Minecraft Dungeons, I just wanted to mention this real quick because this was originally announced as a PC-only game, and we had called that out as being weird.
Yeah.
That's been rectified. It is coming out for Xbox One and Nintendo Switch, by the way, which is great to see. But yeah, spring 2020 for that one. So another spring 2020 game. And again, they showed another quick little trailer. And this was described to me by, I had an interview with Matt Booty, the head of Xbox Game Studios. And I forget how it had come up, if I brought it up or he brought it up. But yeah, he was like, yeah, it's Minecraft Diablo. And I'm like, yeah, that is, if it's that,
is it?
Then I'm gonna. So, that's what he says it is.
I got to play it.
Please do.
Way.
Please. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah, so I'm actually still writing my preview. It's two-thirds done. There's a lot of stuff.
Don't worry, I still have E3 previews to write too.
Yeah. It looks really cool. Like my first takeaway from this was that it's something that gets me to want to play in that Minecraft world again. Nothing's destructible like in the traditional Minecraft sense. Like you are technically going through these pre-made dungeons, but it's kind of cool how it uses the things that you know about Minecraft and gives you like that flexibility to play in this like Minecraft Diablo world. For instance, you're not tied to a class. Your armor determines your class, so you can just like ditch armor on the fly, and then I want to be a mage now.
Put on your robe and your wizard hat, and suddenly you're a mage.
Yeah, and so the idea that they're saying is that they really want to have that flexibility because that's a big part of Minecraft is about change and like just kind of doing things creatively.
Whatever.
Yeah, and so they wanted to give that to you, but you do have progression. So like your characters have levels, gear has levels, so you actually have a power level over your overall gear total, and that kind of determines how difficult the things you are going to go face will be. But it can also scale depending on like, hey, I want to play it easier, so you can scale down the dungeon if you want, or you can make it harder than what you're supposed to.
You're making me more interested in playing this game now.
Like the systems there were really cool, and it felt really good to kind of take on like a boss battle and see how the dungeons. I think there are 9 so far planned, and they're procedurally generated, so it's going to be a little bit different every time. So you can just go jump in and find something new, and it's a little bit more. They were careful to say that it's not easy, but it's accessible. So it's like you can play with a super brand new front if you're really high level. Like
Yeah.
they don't want to limit that.
It's probably not going to be, Diablo on nightmare difficulty kind
Yeah.
of hard
Yeah,
because it's Minecraft.
But they said that there will be challenge to it, and there was. Like the few other people in my room were dying to the boss and stuff, and I almost made it out, but then my other friend got overwhelmed. It's like, well, bye. They have some cute new mobs. Like there's this piggy bank, which is a pig with a big treasure chest in the middle as its torso. It's very cute. Like they do a lot of fun stuff with what we know about Minecraft and put it in this world. And so I'm looking forward
Excellent.
to it.
Good stuff there. Gears 5, Miranda,
Another thing I'm looking forward to.
That is our IGN first game for June. We're covering it all month long. We started at E3 last week. We had the first sort of just uncut gameplay of Escape. Don't call it Horde Escape, just Escape. Escape mode. And then I finally got to sit down and play it with you at the showcase. You were already a veteran of it at that point. And I made the mistake of not turning on modifiers for which you can tweak all kinds of stuff, and it was too easy, but I still had a great time with it.
Yeah, I was worried because we couldn't hear each other over voice chat, and I was trying to make a call shots. It's like, hey guys, we need to have a grenade ready for this point right here. And then I realized because we only had, I think, one modifier on, maybe.
I think, it was very rudimentary.
It didn't even matter. Like, it was totally fine. It was way easy.
So the idea is that you do turn on various modifiers to change
the difficulty. To explain what modifiers are really quickly, they're just things that raise your difficulty. So it's like enemies have extra health. There's a wider variety of enemies. You have less ammo. So those just kind of things, so you can tweak it to your preference a little bit better.
The demo I played, we had no ammo basically the entire time.
Yeah.
And I played with two people who I don't know if they've ever played Gears before.
Oh, no.
But I still had fun.
Yes.
It was really, really surprising. I thought I'd get really frustrated, but I'm like, well, they don't really know what they're doing. So, whatever. Let's try and work together. And we got pretty far into the demo, but I understand the concepts of it. And it was cool. Yeah.
But no, I wish we could have all played together.
Yeah.
Would have been good.
I had to run to Bethesda, unfortunately, because they're like, you need to be in by 4:30.
Yeah.
I barely made it.
Yeah, you and I made it through, though.
Yeah.
We finished. We got out. We escaped.
Yeah, so to quickly run this down, if for anyone who hasn't seen it or doesn't really know what this is based on what they showed, you're a squad of 3. You go in, you plant a venom bomb, and you have to escape a hive, so a swarm hive, and with limited resources. Before the venom catches up to you.
Yeah.
It's a cloud of it that's spreading through the map.
It's that classic escape before time runs out kind of thing. And I really like the fact that you're in charge of when that happens. It's so much more interesting than like going down into a dungeon and then everything starts collapsing and you have to run away. It's like, you're like, all right, are we ready? Are we ready to go now? Hit the button and run.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's kind of cool in how that works. And if you died, like you can get pulled out of one of the swarm pods. Like it's okay. Like you can come back.
Oh, cool.
But
unless your whole team wipes.
Yes, unless your whole team wipes. But resources is such a big thing.
And there are Left 4 Dead style safe houses along the way where you're totally safe and you can reload and just regather yourself and then continue on. So please check out IGN all month long, because Miranda and the video producers that accompanied her, you've got just so much Gears stuff all month long.
We have things out in addition to Escape as well. We talked about the Gears movie. We talked about how they're probably not going to do a Battle Royale mode anytime soon. We talked about their philosophy with cosmetics. So we have like plenty of stuff here about Gears 5 that's not just about Escape. And also a lot about Escape too. Please read it. I've been working real hard to do that also in addition to E3. So
absolutely. It is much appreciated. I've been loving everything you've been doing. It's just, I'm so ready for that video game to come out. And September 10th.
Yeah.
It's coming out sooner than I would have guessed.
I'm so glad.
So that is good news. Quickly here, rapid fire. Blair Witch. That was an announcement that kind of came out of nowhere.
That looks terrifying.
It was me and Casey and a few other folks in the office, and I screamed at the top of my lungs, holy shit, it's Alan Wake. And
I thought so too.
That was my first gut reaction as well.
It was not. Interesting. I would not expect that to be a franchise that's coming back. I know we got to do this rapid fire, but what a time. Almost 2 decades later, we get a Blair Witch, right?
Yeah, and I couldn't quite tell from the trailer if it's third person and first person sometimes, or if the first person stuff in the trailer was just for cinematic trailer effect. Because you've got an adorable German Shepherd companion who
protect
obviously
that dog.
Obviously a good boy.
Oh yes, So I'm already. They've already got me with the dog.
I know.
I'm right there. I'm in. But this came out of nowhere, and it's out on August 30th. It's coming up very soon.
And I want to play that. It's going to Blair Witch, the original movie. Oh. I was one of the people that was tricked.
Yeah,
I thought it was legit. So I watched it, and it was terrifying, harrowing. Like I couldn't sleep.
How were you tricked into
For those that don't know, when the Blair Witch came out, they did a viral marketing campaign
pre-internet,
pre-internet about how it was 100% real. 100% true. They found this footage in the woods and they cut together a movie and released it. Right. And we were all this was before the internet, so we were all dumb enough to believe it.
Okay. It was a little before my time as far as
that movie kicked off the whole found footage genre.
Absolutely.
Of horror. Yeah.
Absolutely. I lived in Montana, which is a very wooded state at the time, and I remember thinking, well, now I can never leave my house.
Yeah. Terrifying. As soon as I saw the person in the corner, I'm like, is this Blair Witch?
Yeah.
Like that's when I stopped thinking Alan Wake.
Yeah. Well, it pulled back and you saw like the
house.
Indent, the
logo
indent in the forest. Yeah. The logo. It's the same as those weird effigies that were hanging in the forest in the trees.
God. Yeah. I'm getting chills just thinking about the footage.
I like witches.
I'm not a scary Game Boy. I want to play that. Probably never will.
Maybe.
You'll probably make me play it on camera.
I want to do how scary it is. So
yeah.
You have to for that game.
I think I want to play that one.
Yeah?
This might be my first how scary.
Oh my God, that would be so great.
I didn't think it was that scary.
If it's third person and I've got the dog, I might be willing to play the game because I'm not a horror game person either. If it's first person, that's a higher barrier of entry.
It reminded me of Outlast, where you're going to have your camcorder, obviously found footage.
Yeah.
Who made it?
I think it was Annapurna Interactive.
Oh.
Wait, what?
I think it was
this game? It's Bloober.
Bloober.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I might be.
I was wondering if it was the Outlast guys because they use the camcorder mechanic, which is a really, really good mechanic for scary games.
Anyway, so that was a real pleasant surprise on that one, and it's out very, very soon. Quickly, Battletoads, Miranda and I played 3-player. So 2 missions, two pieces of levels.
Blair Witch is out August.
I did say that. Oh, yeah, sorry, August 30th. So we played a traditional like side-scrolling beat 'em up like old school arcade level. I really like that. I like the attack combos. I like the super exaggerated animations. So I liked a lot about Battletoads, but then the second level that they put us in. And we were playing with Craig Duncan, who I know is listening to this right now. The studio head at Rare, and it was a new version of the infamous like super challenging like tunnel bike part.
Navigate the hallway.
Yeah, like the camera goes behind you, and you've got to move left, right, or center, and jump, and you got to get through all these obstacles. We couldn't get through it, even with checkpoints.
I don't think I saw anyone get through it, but
I mean, and I have to say, like, I get it, but I don't know. I was done. Like by the time, like we'd been trying it for a while, and we had other games to look at, so there was sort of a work reason to stop playing, but I was actually I was done with it at that point. Like I was like, this is okay, I get it. Like I just want to move on.
I kind of like those challenges. I love mini games like that. So I wanted to keep playing, but my only, I guess, grievance was that I needed a better sense of my size because there were some things you had to fit through that were super narrow, and I couldn't tell if I was flipping. Yeah, so I needed a little bit better sense for that, especially when 2 of us were stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Are we both okay? And there was like one time, or no, this happened several times where Craig and I were trying to get through this one pass, and we kept hitting the sides.
Yes.
And so we kept dying. It's like, dang, so close.
Yeah. So kind of a Jekyll and Hyde demo for me with that, but I'm curious to see more. Hopefully there's plenty of time to tweak the challenging bike section. And maybe there'll only be 1 or 2 of those in the game for all we know.
We have no idea how many of those will be.
Exactly.
Anything like the original, I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few. I remember that series was freaking hard when I was a kid.
So we'll see, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
I think it'll pair well with a nice bowl of cereal on a Saturday morning.
I love that. Yeah.
A game that sadly seemed to just completely come and go in the moment, even though it did look interesting, RPG Time. It is a hand-drawn, paper craft, like in a notebook, action-adventure platformer game. And
did nothing.
The logo was actually too clever for its own good. you couldn't read
It's a little hard
that
to
it said RPG time. It was like PG. You could read time, and it's like, wait, what? Oh, that's an R. So it came and went so quickly that like, okay, we'll keep our eye on this and see when we can see it again. But yeah, it was just sort of flew right by
There was
in the conference, unfortunately.
And Spiritfarer.
Yes.
With a cat companion that you can pet. You can pet the cat. It's great.
Yeah.
That was another one that
Spiritfarer.
went by
So
quickly.
cute.
Yeah. We have a preview of that actually.
Oh,
Brendan
nice.
Graper read it.
Speaking of flying by,
Yeah.
Nailed it. Look at you. It's like you haven't missed a month's worth of shows.
I know we have
I felt-
2 minutes before we have to leave for our meeting.
We don't have we're just walking over, so we've got a little
walk
buffer
with
time.
haste.
Don't worry
I
about it.
felt like this was scoffed at.
Microsoft Flight Simulator is what we're talking about. The return of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I was blown away. I want to play Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've never been interested in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it looks real. Like it looks
that's
like
the point.
It's phenomenal.
It really is a sim.
Yes.
And this is a series that was one of the most popular
Every year.
most played game series on the
For
planet
like 10
for
years.
a long time.
And it is an honest to goodness simulator. And anecdotally, I can tell you, my best friend in the world was a pilot, and he learned.
I've never been a pilot.
My second best friend in the world was a pilot. He learned to fly a plane on Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Wow.
And then did the short course or whatever to actually get his pilot license.
Yeah.
So the 3 years that he played Microsoft Flight Simulator actually turned into valuable skills that he used to actually get his pilot license.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's a legitimate game, and there are a number of different planes from, I think, little Cessna type things to passenger jetliners, and I think some other ones in there too. And you can fly all around the world, and they've got all like cities mapped out with landmarks that you can fly over and look at.
And what's crazy is earlier iterations of this game, it was like, I'm going to fly to Dubai, and it's a very brown, flat landscape with a couple of hills and an airport.
Yeah.
This one, they are using GPS satellite data and Microsoft's Azure server banks to basically render the entire world based on satellite data.
Yeah.
Might not be the entire world, like no one cares about flying over somewhere there's no real airport or it's just a spit of land, but every major airport, mountain ranges, major cities, like this stuff is being built and rendered with the same technology that they use for like satellite imagery for map services as well, right?
That's what they said.
It's so cool.
It's phenomenal. I'm blown away. I'm probably not going to play it, but
I
it's
will
not my thing. But
Maybe if it's on Game Pass,
not even.
maybe
Like,
it
it's-
might.
I've
might
never
dumb it out
wanted
work.
to.
Give it a try.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Too
never
many
mind.
buttons in a cockpit for me.
Wasteland 3, which is not officially a first-party Microsoft Studios game because it was in development for, I think, Deep Silver prior to the acquisition of In Exile.
Yep.
But yes, this is, it's old school, the cousin to the old school Fallouts.
Yes.
Looks like this will probably be super fun. Be curious to see more of that. Same with Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. This is covers all 9 films. Traveler's Tales added again. We have a preview up actually today from
Simon Cardy.
Simon Cardy, who was blown away by this game and how much attention to detail. If you've been sleeping on the Lego games, it's time to not do that
They're
anymore.
so fun.
Every single major franchise has an excellent Lego game. Lord of the Rings Lego was great. Harry Potter Lego was great.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones was great.
Star Wars.
Marvel. Yeah,
Marvel,
there's-
exactly.
There's
Batman.
a great Lego game for
Yes.
everyone. And they're perfect to play with friends or people who don't usually play video
Or
games.
kids.
Or kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Just
great.
An excellent series.
So good stuff there. And then I got to take a minute here.
More like
let's
12
do-
more
I
minutes.
want to talk about 12 minutes.
You beat me to it.
The Forza.
I think we were all trying to make the same joke.
Forza 4's Lego, and then the Series 2 Elite. Real quick, we'll end on that stuff, and then we'll
Okay.
get out of here, and we'll save loot box and unlock block trivia for next week.
Forza Lego expansion. You really like this, yeah?
Yeah. So Lego, it's called. I call it Lego Forza Horizon 4 because that's I think what it should be called, but it's an expansion. It's Forza Horizon 4 Lego Speed Series. Lego something.
So is it like San Francisco Rush in the Forza universe?
It is
Like crazy, wacky thing?
Yeah, it's pretty over the
love that.
top,
I love
like
that.
big jumps, but it's the Forza engine, the gameplay of Forza, but in a Lego world, and it feels like the Traveler's Tales games, and that there's little cheeky mini quick cutscenes with little bits of humor.
Yeah.
It's got the exact perfect tone and feel of the Lego games and the Lego movies as well. And it's you're plowing through like a field, and there's the little like tripod Lego flowers.
Oh yeah,
like they go flying everywhere when you go through a grassy field, and it's just like how the heck did they top? How do you top the Hot Wheels expansion from Forza Horizon 3? They found a way. The wizards
Roblox.
at Playground. I don't understand how they do it every single time, but
it looked really cute.
So much fun, and it's out this week.
I'm really curious. How is that going to mesh with the rest of the game, though?
It's totally separate. You're in a Lego world,
like Legoland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a whole separate deal.
So you keep just driving far enough east, and then suddenly everything becomes Lego.
Suddenly it turns into Lego. Yeah, you've crossed the political border.
Yeah. So that is out. Yeah. It was announced as releasing the following week, which is now. So if you own Forza Horizon 4. Our review from Luke Riley, our racing guru down in IGN Australia, is in progress. It'll be up soon, but I feel pretty comfortable recommending it, just even based on the 5-minute demo that I had. So give that a look. And then 12 minutes. I think I was the only one that played it.
I believe so.
But everybody saw this. So let me, since I'm talking a lot, what did you guys think of that stage reveal?
Groundhog Day.
It looked really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime I see Annapurna Interactive come up, I'm immediately interested. So
I had an immediate emotional reaction having just got married. I was just like, I have to play this, but I am going to figure out a way to stop this bad thing happening. And like, I definitely
set it up real quick, Destin, for people that didn't see it.
Yeah. So
when you meet someone, you fall in love.
this woman and man are sitting down to dinner, and she's like,
husband and a wife,
and she's like, I have a surprise for you. And he's like, I know you have a baby. We need to talk. And he like cuts through everything.
And she's
away.
like, what?
Yeah.
How do you what?
Yeah. He was like, I've done this before. Did you kill your dad or something like that? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
A police officer comes to the door accusing her of murder, arrests her and gets you. And then at one point,
like a hitman shows up or something.
I got to play it.
Yeah.
And you can walk around a little bit, and it's a 12 real-time minutes that loop over and over.
Wow.
The developer told me it would be about a 6 to 8 hour game to finish the whole thing.
That's so many cycles.
So, yeah, there's you can grab a knife off the kitchen table. I went in the bedroom because as far as I know, you can't leave the apartment. So there's a bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, and I'm not sure if there's anything else. There was a little ventilation vent grate in the bedroom. So I took it off and I hid the knife in there. I'm like, let's see if this matters. But I couldn't make any progress in the 20 minutes I had to play it. So I got to do. I think I went through 3, maybe 4 times because I didn't take the whole 12 minutes each time. I would get killed, or you can actually, if you take a nap in your bed, that you can accelerate time. If you just want to get,
it just ends.
If you want to get the mystery guy to come to the front door.
Oh, I see.
You can move time forward that way. But this is so up my alley.
I'm intrigued.
You pick up items and you can use. So it's a lot like a point and click adventure game.
Does anything persist between cycles? Or everything is a fresh restart?
I think it's a fresh reboot every time.
So there is 100% the right combination of everything you can do in order to end that cycle.
Okay. Yeah, don't quote me on that.
Because I'm curious. They said 6 to 8 hours, and it's 12 minutes, so 5 per hour, right?
Yeah.
So there's they're assuming 30 to 40 cycles of playtime in this game. Which is insane to me, because how many different variables is that?
Right. Yeah, it's wild.
I love escape the room kind of games. I used to play them all the time growing up, so this is also super up my alley. I want to figure out this mystery. I'm ready to go.
I love the idea it's an escape room, but there are actual people involved in it as well.
Yes. And I should note, too, I was sent a very kind note by Xbox PR after my demo that said, so when the last time Chris Charla, the head of ID at Xbox, was on this show, Miranda knows what I'm talking about, he talked about a mystery game that he was super excited about, that he had just seen that would, because I think I asked him what's the next Cuphead, or and he's like, this thing, and he didn't reveal what it was, and I got the follow-up note to complete the story. It was this game.
Yeah.
So
how long ago was that?
when he was on like
Was it
it would have
here?
probably been during GDC.
Yeah.
So maybe last year because
Last
it wasn't
March.
this year.
So, yeah.
Like so a year and 3 months ago, something like that.
Couple years in development then. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, but it's this is probably my favorite
Surprise.
total surprise
Yeah.
of the show. Yeah, I love this game. Can't wait to see more. And with that, yeah, we got to get moving because Phantasy Star Online 2.
Oh, that was huge for a lot of
I played the
people.
original on the original. I didn't play it on Dreamcast.
On the
Didn't have Dreamcast, but I played it on original Xbox, and I fell so in love with that game. It's Diablo, but you can play online.
I thought it was like an MMO.
It's pretty Diablo-y, but
Okay.
but it's I don't know. It's not exactly like Diablo. It's third person over the shoulder, not like third person isometric, but it's
like the third person ARPG kind of
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, but it's Phantasy Star Online. We got to get Eric Sapp in here.
Yeah, he's the one to talk about it.
One of our graphic designers. He's actually made a Japanese account so that he can play. Like apparently there's a build
Beautiful
you can
man.
play right now of Phantasy Star Online 2, and I'm presuming on PC, not Xbox in this
assume.
case. But yeah, we're going to be keeping our eye on that one. And then finally, the Series 2 Elite Controller Miranda. It finally happened.
I predicted it. I'm so glad it happened. Shout out to
predicted
Alan
it.
and James at the Elite Series 2 booth to show me the controller.
Oh, nice.
Kind of walked me through everything. It feels so good, guys, and I'm so excited.
I cannot wait to
Yeah.
hold one of those things.
The only downside is that it only comes in one color.
Oh.
More colors.
That is a bummer.
Black.
Yeah.
It's $180.
How much was the old one?
$150.
Okay.
So it's
Barely.
it's $180. It has an internal battery, which most people seem to be excited about. Some people are like, "Oh no," because then if that goes, then I'm out the whole darn controller, and I got to buy a new one. Which I get that. So hopefully Microsoft will do a good job on, and obviously people are super
warranty
concerned
it,
about
yeah.
the durability.
Yeah.
So they specifically.
It's a lot of moving parts.
I had a behind closed doors demo with this.
and they just threw it against the wall.
I mean, no, but
How's
they did
that for
describe it.
durable?
So they said, they completely redesigned the bumpers, the
triggers.
sticks,
Yeah.
pretty much everything. And then it's allegedly a 40-hour duration internal battery. It can recharge in its case, kind of like if you have the Apple, the AirPods.
Yeah. And then that's USB-C or something, I imagine?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe it was USB-C.
Perfect.
And so I asked, well, is the warranty any longer than because I believe the
Right.
original Elite was just like a 90-day parts and labor. So it's like, hey, I know you guys are addressing this, but is the warranty any longer to help assuage people's concerns? And they did confirm no, it's the same 90-day warranty. So, I get that people might be skeptical. Totally understand that. So we'll see. We'll beat the hell out of ours when we get it
I
to
can't wait
review
to try
it.
the tension stick.
Yeah, you
It
can
feels
where you
adjust-
can-
really cool.
You twist the thumbstick and it adjusts the tension on it.
Well, but you
like
got to not
like
quite
an
that simple.
Allen
You got to
Well,
take it off.
You take it off
There's a
and then
tool.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just.
Sorry for oversimplifying. You're going to need a tool that
comes with it.
comes with the controller. So
But it does
an
feel
Allen
good.
wrench.
it's yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You can be at a box of them from IKEA.
But yeah, you were impressed, Miranda.
Yes, very.
Yeah, me too.
It's rather weighty,
Yes, I was just going to say the same thing.
Well,
but it feels good. Like it feels good for that.
Yeah.
It feels like
a good weight to it, right?
not too heavy.
I mean, there's that controller already makes me. I can't wait to see what Sony's got for PS5, but I think I'm going to want to play most of my video games with that controller.
Oh, me too.
So it's
Yeah.
like we already know it's forward compatible
That
with
or
Scarlet.
nothing.
It's
Yeah.
Bluetooth, so you'll be able to actually use it with xCloud on mobile phones and tablets
You
via
also got to
Bluetooth.
check out.
Yes, we don't have time for
More on that later.
We'll have to save that for next week,
I wonder if that means you'll be able to use it for Stadia as well.
presumably.
Potentially, yeah.
Although, but Stadia's controller talks to the cloud, not to.
So
yeah.
I'm curious if there's like a blue. It's a conversation for another day. We got to go, but I'm very impressed with it, and I hope Papa Ziff buys us all one for Christmas.
Well, we'll get at least one in for review, which
Yeah.
I may pull rank on and just review myself.
that's-
I reviewed the first
Fight
Elite
for it.
controller. Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, that's so happy for you, Miranda, that prediction finally came true.
Then paid off.
I think it took a couple of years,
Yeah.
but we got there.
It's accuracy by volume. Any
So-
day now.
Yeah, and that's out in the fall.
I think so.
It's out this
year,
right?
They were taking pre-orders at E3, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So that's a good sign. All right, we'll do the loot box. We'll do Unlock Block Trivia later. I apologize if it feels like this show is rushed. I mean, we have gone for over an hour.
15 minutes late.
Yeah,
to
we
meeting.
have a company team event to attend here. So we hit most of it. We'll come up. We'll talk more about whatever was left, the leftovers next week.
Yeah, there's not going to be much news. So.
Probably not. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, right.